This week on the One Piece at a Time.
That's saying it. All right.
All right. That's all the intro you need. That's the intro.
Means,
that's it. We're good.
See you guys next week. That's the podcast.
Y'all.
It's a late April Fool's joke. Thank you.
This is what I get for listening to old music.
This is what you get for listening to Bass Guys, an Animal Crossing parody of everybody's favorite song, Bad Guys.
All right. Anyway,
You did this to us.
So we are here, and we went over 5 episodes today because I think 2 or 3 of them were pretty met.
It's because it's the end of the arc.
Yeah, so we
got to the end of the arc.
I would definitely we'll save that topic for a little later. But episode 26 was a pretty big episode. It covered the entirety of Zeff and Sanji's backstory. Episode 27 was basically just Gin versus Sanji. Episode 28 was Gin versus Sanji again, with a mix of also yelling at Krieg. 29 was basically the start of the fight, or the end of the fight, really, between Luffy and Krieg. And 30 was where Sanji joins the crew. So episode 26, pretty big episode. There was kind of a lot of shit that happened in it. At the very start, we have Zeff being held captive by Gin, and Sanji has no choice but to just get fucking raffle stomped by Pearl for a hot sec. And it just cuts directly into the Sanji and Zeff backstory. It's shown that Zeff originally actually attacked the ship where Sanji was working as like a chore boy when Zeff was a pirate, and then a storm hit. The two are the only survivors, and then they find themselves on top of a giant, desolate piece of coral.
If I might add, Sanji's an animal for counting his tallies in 11. He goes 10 slash marks and then 1 through the middle of all of them. 11. Who does this?
Fifth grader, you
Let
don't
the kid drown.
No, you know what he did?
He got 5 fingers.
And he was like, shit, man, I should have been 5-man slashes. Then he was like, all right, well, on 11, I'm going to slash through. And then he didn't want to like break form, so he just did it for all of them. That's what happened, clearly.
Animal.
Fucking animal.
But counting the slash marks, if I did it right and there was no actual cuts in it, it was about 62 days. So
yeah, I know for a fact it's like 2 months. I don't know if exactly what the number of days was. And I don't even know if maybe the anime just kind of threw in some random fucking tallies. Fluff, to be honest.
Maybe. But that's what I got.
I think this is the first confirmed time of someone knowing how to count, though, in the show.
Facts.
I feel like we can find at least one.
This is the only confirmed one.
No, but I mean, Nami knows how to count money.
That's true.
Just throws it in the bag. But this is ranting out. Go on.
As soon as she sees... Oh, yeah, anyway. And we also see that Zeff gives... So when they first find themselves shipwrecked, Zeff has 2 big bags. Well, one smaller than the other. Throws a little bag to Sanji and says, this is your food. Go fucking ration it out. Go to the other side of the island and look for ships. And then he keeps a big bag to himself. And then Sanji's like, bruh, dude, that's like a lot of food. And then Zeff's like, yeah, I need all this food. And... After Sanji goes through all of his food, he decides to go back over to see if Zeff's alive or not, and he sees that he's still there, and the bag is untouched. So he's like, bro, I'm going to steal some fucking food. And he realizes that the bag doesn't actually have any food in it whatsoever. It's nothing but treasure. Zeff even has like a little quip talking about, isn't it funny that we have all this money, but it can't actually satisfy any of our hunger as we slowly die on this rock. And, Sanji's asking like, why the hell did you do this? You had no food for yourself. He realizes at this point that he lost his leg. And Zeff just goes, you know what? I don't really know why I did it. I know that you and I share the same dream, and that's really all that matters. And then Sanji's like, bro, you can't die out here. And then right at that moment, they do finally see a ship as Zeff is like kind of starting to go to pieces or start to pass out. And Sanji decides here that he's going to help Chef Zeff grant the wish that they both share. And then in episode 30, we get the episode where Sanji officially joins the crew. At first, we get the chef's kind of... So Sanji doesn't want to join the crew at first. He's like, yeah, I know I want to go to the Grand Line. I'm pretty sure that's going to be where the All Blue is. He even starts talking to Luffy about the All Blue. And I really like that scene because it changes, like the way he changes his personality, like to be like this like little kid again, talking about the All Blue. He's like, dude, have you ever heard of the All Blue? It's the sickest shit ever.
He's very passionate. It's showing his passion.
Yeah, right. And then they do this bit. Their aim is to derail his pride so that he'll be sick of them. Is kind of like the angle they go. So they all like pretend to like not to like his food and shit. And it's all a fucking lie. And then Sanji over here, like what their plan was. They try to convince Luffy, and Luffy's like, I mean, I would love to take him, but he doesn't want to go, so I can't take it. And then Sanji, at this point, he's like, I should go. I should fucking do this shit. This is my time. Fuck it. We're going out. And then also on the side, Yosuku came flying in, being eaten by, I believe they called it a panda shark or something like that. Some really whack-ass fish. And then he's like, well, we're pretty sure we know where Nami's going, so that's where we're going to go next. So he's going to serve as the exposition to get Sanji and Luffy back to where Nami is. And that is where we left off in episode 30.
They also reveal a pirate flag at the end of it.
Yeah, so we also see one big pirate flag at the very, very end, as well as what looks like some like gates or something.
Yeah,
like
the big
Chinese
gated off
inspired
place.
shit or something like that. So that's like, you know, little teaser into what's going to be happening.
Who could it be?
What could it be?
Dun dun dun.
And that'll round out the end of the Baratie arc. Pretty decent art. I mean, I like today's episodes, but I want to hear all about Devin. What did we like? What did we not like?
Okay, where do I begin?
Where do you begin?
Well, I first want to ask a couple questions. Sanji's backstory, like when he's a kid.
Sure.
Did they meet in the East Blue?
I believe so.
Yes. So he was in the East Blue when he met Zeff. Yes, I will say that.
Okay. So he goes to save him. Cool. Love that scene. You know, that was great. You know, his whole that whole, you know, episode is solid, just giving, you know, foundation for his backstory and his character. But when I saw that he had a bag of gold on top of that, my first question went, where'd he get the gold?
Well, okay, so
You mean when he was on the island?
Because he jumped in the water, he grabs the kid. We know that. You know, you see him struggling through the ocean during the storm. Get that.
Right.
But where did that gold
he
come
said
from,
that it washed ashore with them.
Yeah.
That was
he did say that?
he said the food also came with it too. Like he told them this is the only thing that came with us.
Metal floating on salt water. But we know it's really salty, so we're good.
Yeah, that comes into play a lot in the next like episode, where all the pirates are just kind of floating there.
That's actually my biggest.
And the whole time I was thinking to myself, like, these guys, insane leg muscles.
It's actually surprising.
Insane
water.
Not for that long.
No, it is. I did it.
I can assure you, as a lifeguard, that to sit in water as motionless as they were for all of that time, it is extraordinarily difficult.
For the record, as a water polo player and a swimmer, I can guarantee that I could tread water for a whole day.
Right, which is fine.
Just like that. Bobbing up and down.
They're
like
extraordinarily motionless. They just don't ever.
But so anyways, so the reality of the brunt of my gripe with this whole section, the thing was like besides that, it was just like this whole like the fight sequence between like all these, just, you know, Sanji versus Gin, the Luffy versus Krieg. It was very reminiscent of like stuff that I did not really care for in older anime, which is you got these awesome fights between two characters, and like Christian pointed out, everyone else is literally just sitting there. There's nothing happening. And it just feels
1v1s.
It's nothing but 1v1. This might as well be a tournament.
They respect the
Brendan, we're in a tournament arc.
I respect the 1v1s, damn it.
I wouldn't call it a tournament arc.
It feels like a tournament arc because everyone's waiting their turn.
Oh, I see.
Well,
everyone's waiting their turn. They're just sitting there watching, and they're doing nothing. Like the one thing I do like about like more recent animes is like when they show like large groups of people fighting, like the fucking goons are still fighting. You know, like you can see them in the background. They're fucking shanking the shit out of each other and everything. In this shit, they're just like bobbing up in the water. Both sides are sitting in the water, the ocean, mind you, bloody in the ocean, where apparently panda sharks are around. Nothing's happening.
To try to reduce this issue a bit, since it's relatively, I guess, unanimously decided that these 3 episodes aren't really that impressive. So
If anything, these
It's very
these three episodes could have been 2 episodes combined together.
they could have combined them and shortened this. They really could have.
the pacing of where is it 27 to 29 collectively does not match up with the pacing of 30 and 26.
Okay,
It
that
felt
I
like they
agree.
were unnecessarily
Yes.
dragging the fight out. That's what it felt like.
Well, 29 was the bulk of the Krieg and Luffy fight, so that one I think it was really not like horrible.
Oh, yeah, 29
But
was
27 and 28, I do agree, could probably have been condensed to, I guess, serve the plot moving a little bit faster.
27 could have been like a 10-minute spin, and then they could have just continued from there. But they dragged it onto a whole
Am I
episode.
the only fucking Gein fanboy in this?
No. I'm definitely all about Geen, but it could have gone a little
Great.
shorter.
I
Yeah,
love Gein, dude. And when he
Gein
like
is
breaks
great,
out
but
the
they-
tantas or whatever the called, like in real life, dude,
Yeah.
he beat the shit out of Pearl with him. God
Mhm.
damn it, blast.
No, right. Everything they do is fine. Is the bad part is when they cut every 2 seconds to one of the goons narrating.
Yeah.
For the video.
Oh my
That was a lot
god,
of
it's
fucking-
happening!
There's a lot in
Naruto's
those
getting
two
beaten by
episodes.
Shikamaru very slowly.
One
Tournament
that
arc.
comes out in my mind was the punched Krieg on the side with the metal fence. They cut to like
Mhm.
the chefs in the
Yeah.
water, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he just punched him through that," and then they're like shaking their hands, like wincing, and I'm like, "All right, was that really?"
Yeah.
necessary?
But that's what the thing is, like those moments where it's like it's like the slow mo hit and reacting to the hit, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
but that hit lasted longer, or the reaction lasted way longer than the hit actually happened.
So in order
I
to
get behind it.
And that's what like that's my gripe with like older animes where it's like like even Dragon Ball Z I think did it too, where they're just like reacting to the one hit, and it's like 8 episodes of nothing.
What do you mean? Dragon Ball Z, there's an episode where he just literally charges up the spirit ball.
Exactly.
right, so
Exactly my point.
since we're pretty much half and half on this, I'd like to just collectively ignore a lot of the issues in between those 3 episodes because we're just gonna add a bunch of nonsense going back and forth on that.
Yeah.
So
I would like to point out
but-
before we get too far, unless Simi, what's your thought? Go ahead.
But can we talk about how Luffy roasted the entire
I love it.
Don of the
I
Krieg?
know what you're gonna say. It's the hardest lay down of facts. Go ahead, do it.
It was like he was like, "Oh yeah, the Don Creek pirates are as strong as the East Blue," but like he was like, by sheer numbers, that's it. They were all like, "Oh."
This is actually my quote for this
That
series.
was my quote of the day. That's my
It's-
quote.
I'll give it now since it come up. Luffy, for word goes, in reaction to the guy saying, "We're the strongest pirate crew," and Luffy goes,
Only because you outnumbered the other pirates in the East Blue.
that killed me. I was
And then-
chuckling for a good couple minutes for that
And
one.
Sanji says like, "Damn, dude, hitting it where it hurts, isn't it?"
Yeah, it's the hardest fact.
And Krieg knows it too. He knows that he's hot shit in these blues because he could beat anyone just by throwing like fucking waves and waves of his goons at people.
Yeah,
And,
he wins by like a
flying the
trick.
Navy flag to get into port and then steal everyone's shit when they're not expecting it. Because that's what pirates do. To be fair, that's what pirates do.
Another gripe thing that just like hurt my brain was okay, gas masks. Cool. I can totally understand this universe having gas masks. Have you guys ever submerged a gas mask before?
That was
I can't say I've done it personally, but I
Imagine waterboarding yourself.
yeah.
That's what they're doing. So like when I saw them like all like put on a gas mask, like fine, and then they all submerge themselves underwater as well for that. For the
I think
question
they
mark,
took that
is it
off
a
at that point.
what's
I
that?
think they took it off at that point?
What?
They're
Yeah, they
submerging
never
it,
showed them under the
they
water
obviously
with
take
it.
off.
No, they use
I know
they
the
dip
chefs
underwater.
did, but I think that's because they didn't have masks. Did the Krieg?
No, they make
No,
a point of saying like put on your mask and go underwater. That's what they
really?
say.
Well, this is like one of those do both things. So if one of them doesn't work, the other one might.
Yeah,
Right, but
so instead of drinking poison gas,
You're also here's the other thing, Devin.
Waterboarding yourself.
The only counter to this, Devin, is those masks aren't actually like
mask.
airtight. They're not airtight. Like they don't have a strap on the back keeping them on their face. They're literally holding them there in place. So I mean, if you want to be technical, like they could probably still breathe, but I understand completely what you're talking about. There's no way that's a good course of action in reality.
No, yeah, and like it was just like my first brain, like, my thought was just like, what? Are they just waterboarding themselves? Is that the trick to not dying to this
Yes.
nuke
die.
and or gas bomb? I'm not sure. Like when I heard like gas bomb, I was like, oh sweet, he's just gonna shoot like a big poof forward. It's gonna be cool looking. No, this thing was a nuke blast, and I'm like,
Well, I mean, it had like a big flashy explosion, probably because it's littered with a bunch of what do you call it? The shit that makes it have the big pow so that the gas can go as far out as it possibly can.
Gunpowder?
Gunpowder, I guess. I don't know. Like what's the actual compound that like?
I mean, it's
lights
in a
up?
literal shell, you know.
there's
Yeah,
hundreds
The
of
gas
different
was in a
things.
shell.
Right. I know there's a lot of chemical properties in a shell.
MK5 was called the
Yeah,
MH5, yeah.
it's
Yeah,
MH5 or
MH5.
that's MK5.
It was
no, it's MH.
But before we go too long, I wanted to say this is the very first time that we've come across a part in the series where the anime actually censored what actually happened in the manga. So, for people who do read the manga, which I think is just me and Simi, in this particular sequence of events when Zeff and Sanji are hanging. So, one question that may or may not be in your mind is, okay, sure that, Sanji was the only one with food, but how did Zeff survive with no food for that long? I mean, I guess you could say whatever, like we've talked about this before, where you can survive a pretty long time without eating because you could just eat your fats and your muscles, which is 100% true. But what actually happened to Zeff's leg was not that he cut it off before saving Sanji. He ate his fucking leg while he was starving.
See, I would have accepted that way more than
what I
the
figured.
4Kids version. I assume that's probably what happened in the original story.
Yeah, so it was like a whole thing where, especially in the manga, Sanji asked what happened to Zeff's to his leg. He's like, I fucking got hungry, so I ate it. And he's like, why the fuck would you do that? You're Redfoot Zeff. And he's like, yeah, what's being Redfoot Zeff gonna do if I'm gonna fucking die out here starving?
And it wasn't even boneless.
It was.
You ever had
And,
boneless Redfoot Zeff leg? Finest cuisine in the Blue Sea.
Can we talk about
And
the
something I'm also
boneless
doing on the
pizza?
side is I'm trying to scan Oda's. There's something called SBSs, which is like where Oda answers some questions after a volume gets released of a bunch of manga chapters. The only one that I found kind of interesting that related to this arc was somebody asked, why would Zeff eat his right leg, which is his good kicking leg? He should have eaten the left leg. That way he could still have his good leg for kicking and shit.
I mean, how do you know he's not left-handed?
Well, I don't, but I don't know how to answer that question. Regardless, so somebody asked him that question, and because he was like, well, the right leg is his good legs. Why the fuck make him eat his left leg? Still have the good leg? And then Oda was like, blah, wrong, kid. Apparently he heard from some, I don't know if like some kind of like martial art person that when you're a kick sort of person, what's most important is the rotation and your pivoting. So
Yes.
if you are a right-legged kicker, the right leg is not where you get your power. You get your power from the left leg.
The power's in your hips, actually. That's
either way, the part where you rotate, where do you rotate about, is the opposite leg or whatever. So what he was saying in his questionnaire was like, well, he ate his right leg because that might be the one he kicks with, but the one where he gains his power from is his left. So fuck you, readers who are asking these stupid questions.
I did my research.
so counter argument to that.
Okay.
Now he has no mass to kick with, though.
He's also not kicking people.
I mean,
He's not. He literally said he's not kicking anymore.
yeah, I mean,
I mean,
I think
the
at that
bullets out of
point,
the air.
at that point, he was accepting he wasn't going to be a pirate and it wasn't going to need that sort of power anymore. So I think it's.
No, yeah, I didn't really have
it's
a
all
gripe with that.
And
at
even
all.
then, he was still able to kick out those bullets.
Yeah, dude. No, I mean he's still a G. Like all said and done, like he's still out here being a homie. But he's. I saw that was the only interesting thing about this Baratier arc that I felt like was worth mentioning for the team. Then the only other thing I had was, did anyone notice we had a Panda Man spotting?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. I saw it.
So Panda Man, he was in episode 29
Yes, he was.
with on the boat full of people.
In the middle of the pile that they put all of Don
Doing a
Krieg's
peace
pirates
sign.
on.
Oh, right.
Doing a peace sign of all
Yeah.
things.
So
Yeah,
was he a spy?
No,
No, we went over this.
we went over this
Panama
already.
guy. He just exists.
He's just there. He's just there doing dumb Panda Man things. He's a reoccurring character, but he's not a character. If that makes sense. For fuck's sake. Yeah, there we go. Christian's gotcha. He put it in
He's the Wilhelm scream of the show.
There he is.
Peace and love, homies.
peace and love. He's
The
just
only-
there on the boat.
The only fact I know about this right now is that episode 30 is literally the last time you will see the whatever the ending is right now. That's the last time we're hearing it.
Oh,
Damn. I liked it.
Yeah, the ED. That's the last time we're hearing it. It's changing it.
Classic.
Have we really gotten that far? We're past the first ED? Shit.
Yeah.
30 episodes in, they already changed it.
I'm trying to remember if before they get to the Grand Line, if we get to the third OP or not. Because I know the first 3 OPs.
We'll get to it when we get to it. Hey, Devin, what's the next gripe there?
What's next, Devin? You got anything else for us?
I do have a couple of things. So
Oh, here we go.
the pencil machine gun. That made me start thinking like, so Luffy's weak to blades. Got that. Totally makes sense. Would he be weak to hollow point bullets?
It's got
I'm
pointy
just gonna-
tip. It hurts.
so is that just the gist
He's-
of
He's
Yeah.
immune to blunt damage. He is not immune.
Yeah. He's immune to bludgeoning, but not piercing.
damn, then the gum fruit in modern day would be just useless.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be
Right.
I have one gripe.
why we were set back here.
It,
Oh.
I have
literally
one
only
gripe.
works in a world that's littered with flintlock.
Hold on. We
Smooth
got
bore round lead bullets.
a semi gripe.
I have one gripe for this that one
Oh.
scene. He got hit by sea salt. What the fuck?
He got hit by sea salt.
When the bombs went into the water, he splashed over his body. Right? The whole isn't the whole fact about their foods. If they touch seawater, do you get weaker? What happened there?
Wait, what?
Wait, is
Alright,
that,
we
is
don't
that part of it?
we don't
Yes.
we don't worry about the little details alone.
Nah.
That completely went up.
Like I said, that's my one gripe.
No,
I'm
yeah,
kind of
I
confused
saw
by
it
what
too.
you're referring to.
The water.
So-
if they touch seawater, they get weaker. Not necessarily that if they're in it they drown, but that if they are exposed to it in any way, they become weaker.
I mean, then technically,
Allegedly.
being on a boat, you'd be exposed to.
No.
Once you're in
They're
the air,
touching
Their
it.
skin
Touching
touching
it.
them. He means.
You get weaker.
Yeah. As soon as you come in contact with it, his argument is that he should have been substantially weaker at that moment. Which, what volume of water are we talking about?
If you didn't see it, he dropped like 2 bombs and it all splashed over his body. Plus, getting shot with those bullets.
I mean, if you really want to get technical here, the chemical properties inside the bombs might have reacted somehow different with the salt, changing it up.
All right.
So
Now
let's move. Exactly. If you want to reach, I can reach farther. Let's keep going.
No, you're right.
I can agree with this. I mean,
I don't know.
I can
It's
That's
agree with
also
that.
not
all the way
something
up,
we.
baby.
That's also not something we would know at this point. That's only something you guys would know, having seen most of this.
Yeah, I mean that's also something that I guess hasn't even been clear yet. There is some truth to seawater causing. We'll get to it later. There's some truth to what Simi's saying. We can debate it a lot more further down the line when we better understand it. I
Hey,
guess.
Christian, you want to surprise us with a gripe too here?
Do I have any gripes here?
Yeah, sure.
I don't think Geen had enough screen time, honestly.
Thanks.
If I were to give any gripe, it is the Sanji Geen fight though, because they spend about 10 minutes of either whatever episode that they have their fight in. I think it was 27. But also there were about 3 or 4 blows exchanged. One ending with Geen like smooth as fuck, like flipping Sanji around, trapping him by the neck, and then landing in a cross-legged position, which is badass as fuck. But like that whole, and then they talk, and all of that takes like majority of the episode.
Right.
It's like until the mid-roll of the wanted poster, and then a little bit after that, they're still doing the same thing before Geen finally like gives into his emotions. There's like 3 or 4 blows exchanged in about 12 minutes. And there's a lot of talking on the parts of the pirates and the chefs.
This is in the.
Other than that, I mean, it's slow pacing. We've already gone over that, but that in particular was
Yeah.
like, what else you got for us,
Right.
Devin?
Devin.
So I couldn't during the Luffy versus Krieg fight. I just couldn't not see it when Luffy does the gum Gatling. All right, just wailing into him. All I could think of was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and him being Star Platinum, and Krieg was Dio because again I'm watching it subbed, and even he says Muda, which it was just a dumb little thing I wanted to have.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
The dumbest thing there has to be is that the fact that they were in the air for like forever.
I mean, gravity doesn't exist. Why did look
Yeah,
at metal?
Let's not
We've
discuss
already
gravity
established
now.
like gravity doesn't work here. Bullets don't work. Gravity don't work. Hawkeye never happened. Changed my mind. So there was another part that I wanted to make fun of a little bit. which is the scene where Sanji's like getting like razzed on by his quote unquote food being trash. And then he goes, quote, "I'm not a little brat anymore!" And then immediately throws a tantrum by doing like backflips off the boat into the main deck.
Yeah, no, I was going to mention that too.
Like he's like, "I'm not a bad cook.
I'm not a little
You
eggplant.
can't treat me like this." Literally just starts doing kickflips out on the back, like as if he's like some like, teenage skater boy who has to go to his backyard half pipe or some shit. You know what I mean?
It's not even like a kickflip. It's just like the kid who like temper tantrums on a trampoline, just like bounces around and does nothing.
He doesn't want to break the restaurant. Where's we fucking vent anger at?
I don't know.
That whole scene is asking for an abridged version to go over.
Yeah.
And then I guess this is where the real gripe is. Where are they storing all these boats?
Yeah, that part also confused me.
They kind of just pull boats
It
out
has
of
to be
nowhere.
underneath the boat.
That is
This is
funny.
Sanji's boat. It was
Yeah.
always here.
They do that where they go give Geen and the Krieg pirate a food boat that we used to get resources, and then they go, how are we supposed to get shit now? And then 5 minutes later they pull Sanji's boat out of nowhere. Like that, like it never existed until it was convenient.
Like the boat the Geen uses is actually pretty decently sized for like storage wise, but the dude's other ship is huge. It's a decently sized. It's like half the size.
It's
of the
all
other
in the
one.
mouth, dude. Like where the other shitty thing came from that Carne and Patty drove 3 episodes ago.
Yeah, the fish gatling boat.
The
Hell
fish
yeah.
boat. Yeah, it's just all in the mouth.
It's all in there.
Where I keep all my
Well,
important things.
We also don't know how big the bottom part is.
Right.
Sure.
It's got plenty of room for.
They could
two
have a
giant
tank in there somewhere.
platforms.
With massive sails that
Yeah.
do they screw in? Do they just pop in?
Well,
Everyone's
sales
got a
are the
bag
easy
of
part.
holding.
Anything else, Devin?
Lastly, the shark. I
The
get it, it's a MacGuffin.
shark's funny.
Give Luffy and Sanji an idea of where to go next. But that shit was just dragging a man's, I'm assuming miles, because that boat's been gone for at least a day. And so just seeing the
Been gone for like an hour.
Is it
No,
been
this
an
takes
hour?
place-
Yeah.
this takes-
I mean,
They
it's
think
definitely not a day, but it's still daytime. At most, it was a couple of hours.
At least a mile.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with the distance, but it was definitely a couple of hours.
So it just boggled me just seeing him, the random guy that we just met, being dragged by a shark, not injured at all.
He was cold.
Oh wow, he was
was
cold.
shaken
And what kind of apex predator doesn't make you like bite into you?
This
It's
is
a pen
very
apart.
general One Piece logic at its
Yeah.
finest.
No, I
This
get
is One
it.
Piece gag shit that, I mean, you either have to just be, you have to live for it, or you just got to get off the train. I mean, there's going to be a lot of
Well,
dumb
that's
shit.
why I got off the train. Is this stupid shit?
Well,
I
it's a lot
totally
funnier
understand they
if
needed to give like a compass to where she was going. I get that, totally understand. But they had to do it by shark. They couldn't.
Well-
Sure. Another
How else
magic
would it get
boat that
back?
comes out of nowhere. Just give them another magic boat. You can pull them out of thin air.
you'll enjoy it a lot more if you start clearly thinking this is stupid, but I understand why it's stupid.
Like what I'm going through. Like this is
You just
stupid.
gotta accept these things. My
But
God.
for story purposes, I get
This
why
is
it
the
is
fun
stupid.
dumb shit. This is supposed to be the fun dumb shit. There is dumb shit. This is fun dumb shit, man. Come on.
I
I will agree that there's way too often where shit should be seen. That's dumb. But like fucking Panda Shark coming in with Yosuku, who's just fucking passed out in his mouth, and then everyone being like, "Is that a fish, man?"
But the shark crashes into the boat. But they let it go.
Well, yeah, they're not going to. It's tainted with Yosuku now. They're not going to eat that.
It doesn't make sense.
It's not supposed to.
They're
I know it's
pirates.
not, but it hurts.
Why? Just let it be dumb and funny. God. Let it into your heart, Devin.
No.
Let Mini Buggy into your heart, our Lord.
No.
No.
Let the fucking
Dude,
Panda
All right,
Shark
all
into
right.
your heart.
Speaking
No.
speaking of mini,
Stop that.
The character that lives in my heart already. He's not him. Okay.
I mean, Mini Buggy was consistent. This is just asinine.
All right.
They could have like a whole core rule set for a character where like
In
their
a
body
world,
parts come apart, come
where
together.
your protagonist is Mr. Fantastic, who just got done beating up, fucking Dwayne Johnson with a blast spear. He gets mad because there's a shark that didn't happen to eat a man that busted through the floating ship or the floating restaurant in the middle of the ocean. Like, come on, dude. It's stupid gags, dude. Come on. Let it into your heart.
No, my heart is rigid.
Why are you so cold?
I like cold.
Because
That's why I'm learning guitar again during the crisis. I'm
cherries on their tongue, but he can't accept that this dude getting dragged by a shark. Like, come on.
Sorry, what was that?
I said this man's watching JoJo, who can watch a dude flip a cherry over his tongue for 5 minutes, but he can't accept
That's
Okay,
true.
That's when you go in it knowing full well that this is going to be
Well,
retarded.
do that here too.
That's what is here.
You can do that here. I don't understand why you can't do that here.
Why are you looking for okay?
I'm
so
not
the best
looking
part
for
about-
it. It just happens that I just react to it.
We're starting to rant, but I'll close by just saying the best part about this series is that it leads with the gags and the adventure, and then it hits you with the real shit, like in spurts, that tricks you into thinking that it's for
a good show.
I would give you.
want to say that.
I do want to give you the benefit here in telling you that these 3 specific ones were in an entire slog. That's why I suggested we do an extra 2 to at least get another good one in there, which is
No,
30.
I agree.
No, my boy, I would have been happy with 27, 28, and 29 as their own episode. 100%.
I mean,
Well, we wouldn't have
no,
got
29 being it by itself was fine. It was 27 and 28. Those two were just
27 and 28, I agree, were kind of.
they were pointless. When they ended, I was confused. I was like, that was the whole episode. That was my first thought. That was the whole episode.
I was in
them staring at each other and reacting.
I was in the middle of 27 and I realized nothing really happened. And I was like,
Man,
why?
That's what I'm talking about. Sanji, we're not disrespecting Gene. We're disrespecting his surroundings.
It's the pacing that whatever they
we're
choose.
disrespecting the storytelling.
They had some Dressrosa type pacing in there.
It's like
we're disrespecting the pacing, not the.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. The pacing is awful. It hurts, and I could see entirely why I stopped before these episodes. I stopped on 26. That's when I stopped, and so after 26 was all new to me, and I just
let it happen.
Golden ham time.
I got nothing.
I feel like there's 2 candidates here.
I know who I'm voting for.
I feel like there's the obvious one in Sanji. No. All right. So, no, you're right. I misspoke. Gene is the obvious choice here for everything that he does. And then there's Sanji.
You're gonna have to convince me why Geen
All right,
is.
I'm gonna break Geen down here for all of you goddamn plebs. All right, so number 1, first of all, Geen was low key like the strongest dude in Krieg's arsenal. Obviously Krieg is kind of meh, but Geen not only is almost as strong as Krieg, but he didn't even show his whole hand until he felt like it was necessary. He could have killed Zeff.
Yeah,
he was like,
even then he never went full.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give Sanji a chance. I'm gonna beat his ass while he's standing, and he did it.
What did he do with the gun?
He fucking threw it. He didn't give
Threw
a
it on the
shit. He's done with it.
ground.
Oh, that's right. He threw it on the ground.
Yeah, he's like, nah, you know what? I'm not
Threw it
going
on
to kill
the
these guys.
ground.
Like, they deserve better than this. He fucking got a heart. He got a soul. And he was like, I'm going to beat you, Sanji. And I'm going to beat you while you're standing. He said, I promise I will beat you while he's standing. He beat the shit out of Pearl because he's like, you know what? I can't be having what you're doing here, Pearl. We're done with this. And he looks back to Krieg. He's like, I'm sorry, but don't worry. I'm still going to get the job done. He tells his boss, like, bruh, I'm still going to get the job done. He could have done it. But then he realizes, in the end, he's actually a cool guy with a little bit of heart. I can't kill him.
And cancer, apparently, because we just gave him cancer.
Well, yeah. And while we're on that topic, he 100% full sends listening to Krieg after Krieg was like, nah, you're fucking dead to me. Get the fuck out of my ship. He's like, all right. I gotta, this is what my boss
I
told me to do.
deserve.
This is
Why
what
didn't you just give it to Sanji?
I
then?
deserve this.
No, that wasn't the point. The point was he was told, this is where you're going to die. You disobeyed me. You are not on my ship anymore.
Okay, Clapman. Any
You're
other?
dead to me. And he's like, all right, fine. So he took his lumps for that. He was willing to die for that. And the only reason he gave the mask to Sanji in the first place was because after Luffy threw one over, he was like, well, I already said I was going to die, and there's fucking mask here. So he was like, fuck it, Sanji, you're going to be fine.
He gave
And then
it.
he fucking took it.
he
he
tossed
gave
them-
them both to him. He
Yeah.
tossed Luffy the other one again, and Luffy for some reason doesn't realize that he just had a mask somehow. But
And after all of this, so your boy is poisoned. He's about to die. It's heavily implied that he did die after the events of this part of the series. He goes ahead. He knocks his old boss down a peg. Goes like, you know what? We're gonna get out of your hair. This is done. Don't worry about all this shit. We're never coming back here. I'll go handle Krieg myself. At the very end, he's like, and you know what? You know what I'm going to do with my last few hours? I'm going to do everything I can to try to make my way to the Grand Line because you know what? A certain dumbass straw-hatted little motherfucker taught me that that's what you do in life.
He also says the filler character thing is I'll see you again someday.
I love Guy. And his fucking weapons are the coolest shit. That scene where he beats the shit out of
It's just a tonfa with extra steps.
It's really cool.
It doesn't
nice
make
and
sense.
simple.
To be fair, he did beat Sanji.
Well, yeah, of course he did.
100% beat Sanji. Low
Well,
key,
you know,
he won.
Sanji was weakened. I'll put a point in Sanji's camp. He was weakened already from our OP protagonist Pearl hitting him a couple times.
I mean, you're not wrong there,
But I'm still in Gein's court.
that's fucking Luli. Gein is my boy. I will defend him till I die.
I'm just gonna hold my vote. I got nothing.
But don't give up your life for it. It's not worth it.
All right. What about you,
All right.
Jimmy?
Actually, you know what? I do have another gripe since that's been brought up. There's a bit. It seems like there's a bit of contradictory nature here, where they go. Luffy smacks the shit out of Sanji and goes, "Zeff saved you so that you could live and do what you want." And then Luffy routinely throws his life away, allegedly, because he's the protagonist. He's not going to die, and he routinely says, "I'm not going to die," but also puts himself in these very, very life-threatening positions for the sake of other people, not even himself. So I'd just like to bring back the old bit from like 5 podcast episodes ago. Put another tick mark in the Luffy is a contradictory, hypocritical asshole.
I'm gonna get the One Piece and become Hokage.
He knows
That's
true.
my ninja way.
he knows he has plot armor.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's the only one aware that he's in One Piece.
This is the only
Wait,
showing
how
character.
long could fucking Sanji hold his breath for?
A long time.
that was
I was fine with it. I don't
weird.
care.
Well, I'm
Stallone.
giving my golden hand to Luffy for the ultimate roast.
Oh yeah. Oh, for the roast.
I mean, he gets the quote, but I don't know about the golden
I'll
hand.
put that up for quote, but I don't. It's not golden ham. All he did was break some dude's gold armor and his spear. Like,
And the fact that after the fight, he literally fell asleep underwater.
What?
The details.
What?
logic.
Oh, my head.
Anyone else got gold ham candidates?
Nah, I was gonna go maybe throw my hat in for Zeff, but
Man,
you won me over with the gin.
Hell yeah.
that's 3 games.
And I'm just saying,
that's a win.
that sick move that he did with the Tanta, where he beat the shit out of Sanji for a sec and then pinned him down and did that cross that Christian mentioned. Hot damn, that was smooth as shit.
Smooth AF. In a better world, Gein's is in that crew now.
Just saying.
It's true.
Crew. Gein's in the Straw Hats in a different world.
Hell yeah.
All right, so these
He would have got it.
these quotes.
I got a quote.
Chef Zeff! Thank you, geezer. I'll never forget your kindness. I owe my life to you, old man. So thank you.
That line hit deep.
A Gein quote.
That wasn't a
Is it not? Who was that?
That was fucking
was
Sanji.
Oh, at the end. Okay, never mind.
bruh.
I mean, Gein says the same shit. All right.
No, he don't. He says, "I'll see you at the fucking
No, he says
crisscross applesauce." I don't know what it's called.
He says a different version of it.
No,
He
he
says a
said-
different version of the same shit over and over to Sanji because
But he wasn't crying.
he
I mean,
said
sure, but you didn't sound like you were crying just now.
Because I'm not the character and my dad's not dead.
Right. Okay.
Also, where are Sanji's parents?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that one, kid.
To help ease your mind, imagine half this cast characters are orphans.
Yep, that's easy.
Yeah. Every single one of the main Straw Hat pirates, you can just assume
How-
that they're
how
orphans
come-
unless otherwise shown.
How come you never asked for the three-sworded man, his parents?
Yeah,
I didn't really care. I just assumed his parents were on that island, and he was just learning to train. And then he became an adult, and they died.
just like that, huh?
Yep.
That's it.
So who won Golden Ham? Did we decide? It's Gein.
Well, it was 3 votes for Geen, and there's 5 of us, so.
Hell yeah!
All right, memorable quotes.
At the end of episode 30, we have Chef Zeff, talking with Sanji right before he leaves. He goes,
Damn wusses. Real men should part without a word, let alone tears.
super badass line. It shows what kind of person Zeff is. Even though he does start fucking bawling because, he's like, my kid, he's growing up, dude.
There was also a cool Zeff line that he gives about the starvation. I think it was episode 26, wasn't it? When they were on the island.
26.
He goes,
I wonder how many men have lost their lives cursing the ocean, knowing that it will soon be their grave.
which is it's a cool little quote.
When we find out that Zeff was like, I didn't have any food. I've been sitting here starving just to give it to you, kid. Here's looking at you, kid. Why would you do this? Oh, wait. I mean, it doesn't really matter now, but that scene where Sanji pulls the knife out because he's ready to fucking shank a bitch. Dude. Still gives me goosebumps. I don't know. Fucking makes it sends a shiver down my spine anyway. I like that.
I think Sanji's been the most impactful crew member joining so far. Like Usopp's is tear jerking and all that. Like he's got the little 3 kids there, but Sanji's got an army of chefs, and the man he spent 62 days allegedly starving on an island with, crying, and used to be a badass pirate captain. I just thought Sanji's might be the most tear jerking one out there.
He's also the most useful.
Well, yeah, by nature of him being.
I would give
I
that
don't know
one
about
to
that
Nami,
though.
big guy.
Oh yeah, I would give it to Nami.
So one last thing here before we end this: the villain ranking.
Yeah, I
guess
we have the villain
finally
ranking.
put Krieg there. Who's our list of villains so far? We have him, Kuro, Axe Hands,
And Buggy.
Buggy.
And then if you want the fat lady.
Alvida.
No, she's very bottom.
I would definitely keep
I'm gonna
Alvida on the side. But
I'm going to keep her on the side. My only definite opinion is that Axe Hand goes on the bottom. Then it's probably Krieg. I'm not even going to count Mihawk. I wouldn't even call him a villain. He's just like an anti-hero for me at this point. Axe Hand on the bottom, then Krieg, then Buggy, then Kuro. I'm going to go with that for me.
I would have to say probably Kuro, even though I don't agree with the fact that he's like the smartest guy in the East Blue or whatever, like his tactician name, because I feel like there's a myriad of ways he could have improved his plan, but his design is still badass. I love his fucking finger glove blade things and the way he moves super fast. Still probably my favorite design of the East Blue villains, at least thus far. I mean, Krieg is a decent villain to fight against because he's actually kind of tough in a way, but I just can't stand how fucking obnoxious he is. He's just screaming all the time. Dude, chill the fuck out.
He's
oh my
killing
God.
his most valuable subordinate, Geen, the winner of the Golden Ham.
Geen, get the fuck out of here. Does Geen count? Can I put Geen on the list? Because he's number 1 then. I take it all back.
No, he doesn't count.
No, he's not on the list. And then Buggy, he's not on the list because he's a hero. He's the protagonist of the series.
No.
And then Alvida, I guess, next in front of Krieg, only because I feel like Alvida is at least when we first meet her, she's like a normal pirate. She doesn't need to take on all these crazy, goals or achievements. She's just fucking being a pirate, doing her pirate thing. Doesn't need much more than that. Yeah, I guess that's where we're at. That's my ranking. So Kuro, Alvida, Krieg, and then everyone else just doesn't really count.
I'm gonna agree with Christian here. His order is pretty much mine. What about
mine would be similar. To swap the Kuro with Buggy, because if you look at the thing, right, Kuro doesn't achieve anything. Buggy, you see him conquer an entire fucking town.
I don't know.
He did overtake
lived it up for 3 years.
But he didn't get anything out of it.
I wouldn't. I mean,
he got a peaceful life.
He got a comfy house. He got a comfy life for 3 years.
Man,
Sure, Buggy got a whole town, but Curl lived in style.
Curl lived in style, dude.
What do you mean? Buggy did too. It's circus life.
Buggy's the
To each
protagonist.
his own.
Hey, Devin, what about you?
Oh god, do you really want it?
I was just gonna say he doesn't like
yeah.
any of them.
No,
Yeah,
that's
fair.
not true. And
You can
my
just-
order is going to be vastly polar opposite of y'all.
That's fine. Go ahead. Just don't go too deep into it.
Honestly, didn't really care for Kuro's design at all. Like that's just from a aesthetic looking at him. Like, yeah, he had a good, character to him from what I remember, but in full design, meh, bottom for me. Axeman's above him. I liked his. I don't know what it was. Just simple. I liked it. It was to the point. I liked it, that he's above him. Actually, Don Krieg would probably be under Axeman. Not gonna lie. I would have to go Kuro, Don Krieg, Axeman. Who's left? Buggy?
Mhm.
Is there another one?
Yeah, Buggy and Alvita are the only two left.
She's not even on my list.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
Buggy's
Fuck
the number
with
one
you.
spot. Hey, we like to see it.
I just liked his character design. It's literally just by aesthetics purely.
It's all fun and games until you put Buggy at the top of any list. Suddenly, you'll join the crew of the future Pirate King in due time. Don't you
it's
worry.
true. I'm mad because it's true. He
Don't
does.
at me because it's true.
All right, so that's pretty